This is the story of a woman so brave, so giving, so faithful that she allowed us to follow her on a journey, one that it's safe to say no one wants to make. Dementia is a scary, mysterious condition that has devastating effects on individuals, their families, their friends, and the community. Betty Smith decided to share her story with us so that we may more fully understand and support those who are experiencing the effects of dementia and family and friends. Betty is a wife, a mother, an educator, a pastor, and so much more.
There was never a time when I didn't see her as the ideal mom. She is the mom everyone else wanted to have to this day. I have grown friends who say, boy, I wish I had your mom.
She's just always been mom, and an amazing one. Always accepting, always forgiving, always loving, and never judging.
Despite all the challenges, a divorce, being a single mom, Betty became a pastor and served countless churches over the years. Along the way, she met and married Bill. When it came time to retire, Bill and Betty began to search for a place that would meet their spiritual and physical needs. They decided on Clark Retirement Community in Grand Rapids.
Bill, Betty's husband, would go for walks, and he'd stop and talk with me, and we got to know each other pretty well. And then he said, hey, you know, you're the expert on dementia. Would you mind meeting with my wife?
I really can't remember what the next step was. But I remember at some point in time calling Chris and saying, you know, this is just getting worse and not better. I feel really weird, and it doesn't feel like normal forgetting.
Each time we visited Betty, she shared more stories. Things that came naturally suddenly were no longer doable. Words got lost. Everyday tasks became unfamiliar. While many people try to hide their condition, that was not the case for Betty.
It's just like, when do I share? Not do I share. I just think it's been the most important thing we've done, is to bring them on early.
I like to encourage people to talk to their families, because when you have a dementia, you need all the support you can get. And most families have not been educated in dementia, and they need to get education. They need support. I encourage them to go to support groups.
So it doesn't surprise me at all that this is how she would walk this journey as well. I am seeing the impact of that in those around her, because now she just has friends saying, this friend is struggling with this too and doesn't talk to anyone about it.
Throughout Betty's life, she has always had a church. When she first came to Clark, she helped with chapel services, but she no longer trusts herself to do that. That has been hard, and increasingly, she hallucinates.
Almost every day when I wake up, there's a group of people in the living room, and then there's the musicians. Well, the musicians are evidently a new phenomenon that they are drawing out from just hallucinations, and they're called musical hallucinations. Mercifully, I know it's not real. When it's really a problem is when you think it's real.
Well, we both know it's not real, and we laugh about it, and sometimes we cry about it. What else can you do? It's life.
What happens when a person progresses, then others really have to step in more, help the person remain a person. We never want to lose who the person is, because all these people, even though their functioning level changes, they're still an adult with many things they have done.
Why haven't we found some help? You know, why can't we find the key, you know? I decided that I couldn't change where we are, but I might change how we get there if we start with people's attitudes.
I'm really thankful we've been able to do Betty's story, because so often we don't hear from people in the early stage. We have to help people know what to do. We need to help them on that journey, and we need families to be there for the person early on and not later. This is our world. There's a lot of people living with dementia, and we have to get the word out. We have to accept people. We have to care for them. We have to love them any way they are, and their story needs to be told.